You were going to say it this time. You had the words ready, you knew exactly what you wanted to say, and then your voice cracked, your eyes filled up, and the anger came out as tears. Again, you're not sad, you're furious, and you can never get it out that way. I'm Sarah, and that's not a weakness. That's your body intercepting your anger before it could reach your voice. You know this pattern. You're in a conversation that matters, someone crosses a line, and you can feel the anger right there, clear and justified. But the second you try to speak it, something hijacks the delivery. Your voice shakes, your eyes fill up. The words come out tangled, or they don't come out at all. And the person across from you thinks you're sad, or overwhelmed, or too sensitive to handle the conversation. But you're not sad. You're furious. And the most frustrating part is that you know you're furious. And you still can't make it come out that way. So you do what you've always done. You apologize for getting emotional. You say, "Never mind," or "Forget it," or "I'm fine." You walk away and the anger stays inside you, undelivered, turning into a conversation you replay for hours, where you finally say the thing you actually meant. That replay isn't practice for next time. It's the anger still trying to complete a circuit that your body won't let it finish. And it will keep replaying until you understand why. Picture what happens in the half second before the tears start. You feel the anger clearly. It's specific. You know what you want to say. But between the feeling and the speaking, your nervous system runs an override. Here's what's actually happening. Anger activates your sympathetic nervous system, the same system that handles threat responses. Heart rate increases, muscles tense, breathing shifts. In most people, that activation fuels the expression. The body mobilizes, the words come out with force, the anger gets delivered. But in your body, that same activation triggers a second response. A threat flag, not a flag that says, "This situation is dangerous." A flag that says your anger is dangerous. The activation itself gets classified as the threat, not the thing you're angry about. So your nervous system does what it always does with threats. It tries to shut the response down. Tears are one shutdown pathway. They activate the parasympathetic nervous system, which pulls the brake on the anger activation. Your body is literally dousing its own fire. Silence is another pathway. Shutdown, going blank, the words vanishing mid-sentence. And turning it inward is a third. Instead of directing anger at the person who crossed the line, your brain redirects the energy at you. I shouldn't be this upset. What's wrong with me? Why can't I just handle this? 3 different outputs, same mechanism. Your body treats your own anger as the emergency. Your body didn't make that classification randomly. Somewhere early, you got data. Maybe anger in your household belonged to one person, and that person's anger was loud, unpredictable, or frightening. Your brain cataloged anger as a thing that damages and decided that your anger needed to be contained so you wouldn't become the thing that scared you. Or maybe your anger was never punished with yelling. Maybe it was punished with something worse: withdrawal, a parent who went cold, a caregiver whose face changed. The message wasn't, "Anger is scary." The message was, "Anger from you costs you the relationship." And for a child who depended on that relationship for survival, that cost was too high. So your brain started intercepting the anger before it could reach your face, before it could change the temperature of the room, before it could make someone pull away. That interception became automatic. It runs before you're even aware of it now, which is why it feels involuntary. Because it is. By the time you notice the tears, or the silence, or the self-blame, the conversion has already happened. Here's the paradox. You're not someone who can't get angry. You're someone who gets angry all the time. Your body is so responsive to boundary violations that the anger fires instantly. But it also suppresses that anger so fast that you experience the suppression, the tears, the shutdown, and never the anger itself. You're flooded with a feeling you can't name because your system relabeled it before you had the chance. There's a cost to this that I don't think you've named yet. Not the frustration of crying during arguments. You know about that one, the cost underneath it. You've been living without access to your own anger. And anger isn't just a feeling, it's information. It's the signal that tells you when something has crossed a line, when someone is taking more than they should, when a situation isn't okay. Every time your body converts that signal into tears or silence or self-blame, you lose the information. You walk away from conversations not knowing whether you were right to be upset, because the upset never got to exist on its own terms. Think about how many times you've tolerated something you shouldn't have, because the signal that would have told you to stop got intercepted. How many boundaries you couldn't set because the anger that marks where your boundaries are never reached your conscious mind long enough for you to act on it. That's what this pattern has been taking from you. Not your composure, your compass. And I want you to know what it took to function without that compass. You've been navigating every conflict, every difficult conversation, every moment where someone pushed too far, with your primary instrument offline. You've been making decisions about what to accept and what to walk away from without access to the feeling that's biologically designed to answer that exact question. And you still got most of it right. That took more than strength. That took an incredible amount of improvisation with almost nothing to work with. Your anger was never the problem. Your anger was always the answer. You just weren't allowed to hear it yet. What does your anger turn into? I'd really like to know. And if this video found you at the right moment, send it to someone who cries every time they try to stand up for themselves. They need to know it's not weakness. Thanks for watching. If any of this resonated with you, or even if it didn't, I'd genuinely love to hear your take, so drop a comment below and tell me how you feel. And if you'd like more videos like this, a like and subscribe really helps the channel grow. I appreciate you being here. See you in the next one.